Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Term 2, Unit 1 Numbers. In the first term, we have learnt about the natural numbers and the whole numbers. Now, we are going to learn about the special numbers like prime and composite numbers and the rules for test of divisibility of numbers and also about the HCF and the LCM of numbers. Okay students, now let's recall what is meant by odd numbers and what is meant by even numbers. Odd numbers. A number is called an odd number if it cannot be grouped equally in twos. 1, 3, 5, 7 and it goes on. These are odd numbers. Even numbers. A number is called an even number if it can be grouped equally in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8 and it goes on, or even numbers. And then note it carefully. All odd numbers end with any one of the digits 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Then all even numbers end with any one of the digits 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. In whole numbers, odd and even numbers come alternatively. Students, it's clear no? Odd numbers end with 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9 and even number end with 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. And the whole numbers are alternatively by odd and even numbers. If 1 is odd number means 2 is even number. 3 is odd number means 4 is even number. And the next one is natural numbers. The set of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are called natural numbers. The numbers will goes on. Natural number is classified into two types. One is prime number and other one is composite numbers. Now let's see about what is meant by prime numbers. A natural number greater than 1 having only two factors, namely 1 and the number itself is called a prime number. Students, it's clear now what is meant by prime number. It should be greater than 1 and the number having only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. That number is considered as a prime number. Examples for prime numbers. The factors of 3 are 1 and 3. The factors of 11 are 1 and 11. The factors of 17 are 1 and 17. The number 3 having only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. The number 11 having only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. The number 17 having only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. Prime numbers are natural numbers that have only two factors. For example, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19 and it will goes on. These number having only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. Composite numbers. A natural number having more than two factors is called a composite number. See students, prime numbers having only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. But for composite number having more than two factors. So students, don't be confused between prime and composite number. Prime number having only two factors. Composite number having more than two factors. Let's see some examples related to composite numbers. The factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. See the number 6 having more than two factors. The factors of 14 are 1, 2, 7 and 14. 14 having more than two factors. And similar for the number 20 also. The factors of 20 are 1, 2, 5, 10 and 20. Composite numbers are natural numbers that have more than two factors. Example 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 and 15. And it goes on. Let's see some important points related to prime and composite number. So, note it carefully. 1 is neither prime nor composite as it has only one factor. 2 is the smallest and the only even prime number. 3 is the smallest odd prime number. Factors. A factor is a number that divides the given number exactly gives remainder 0. Then, as you already know that every number has two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. Then the last point is every factor of a number is less than or equal to that number. For example, the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. See, here the factors are less than 6 and equal to 6. And the next one is multiples. Every multiple of a number is greater than or equal to that number. Look at this. We say that the numbers 7, 14, 21, 28 and it goes on or multiples of 7. From this we observe that every multiple of a number is greater than or equal to that number. See, they are greater than 7. Multiples of a number are endless. Multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20 and it goes on. They are endless. And the next one is perfect numbers. Now let's see which number is called as a perfect number. A number is a perfect number if the sum of its factors other than the given number gives the same number. For example, 6 is a perfect number since adding the factors of 6 other than 6, namely 1, 2 and 3 gives the given number 6. See, we are adding the factors of 6. So leave the number 6 and add the other factors of 6. The factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. You have to leave the number 6. Then the remaining numbers are 1, 2 and 3. That is 1 plus 2 plus 3 equal to 6. 6 is the given number. It's clear now students. If you add the factors of 6 except that number, you will get the number by adding the remaining factors. And the next one is twin primes. A pair of prime numbers whose difference is 2 is called twin primes. For example, 5, 7 is a twin prime pair as is 17, 19. If you subtract the two prime numbers, you will get the answer as 2. That is 7 minus 5 is 2. 19 minus 17 is 2. If three successive prime numbers differ by 2, then the prime numbers form a prime triplet. The only prime triplet is 3, 5, 7. The difference between 3 and 5 is 2 and the difference between 5 and 7 is 2. Then rules for test of divisibility of numbers. Divisibility by 2. A number is divisible by 2 if its ones place is any one of the even numbers 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. If the number is divisible by 2, the ones place should be 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. And the next one is divisibility by 3. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. For example, 45,638. We have to check whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. See, the rule of divisibility by 2 is a number is divisible by 2 if its ones place is any one of the even numbers like 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Here the ones place ends with even number. So, 45,638 is divisible by 2. Since its ones places ends with even number. 8 is a even number. So 45,638 is divisible by 2. The another example is 1,23,456 is divisible by 2 or not. We have to check. See, here the ones place is 6. 6 is a even number. So 1,23,456 is divisible by 2. Because the ones place is ends with even number 6. And the next one is example for divisibility by 3. Now let's check whether 6,54,321 is divisible by 3 or not. The rule for divisibility by 3 is a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. For that you have to find the sum of the digits. 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 21. Then you have to find the sum of the digits for 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 is divisible by 3. Hence 6,54,321 is also divisible by 3. 6,54,321 is divisible by 3. Then divisibility by 4. A number is divisible by 4 if the last two digits of the given number is divisible by 4. Students, note that if the last two digits of a number are zeros, then also it is divisible by 4. Then the next one is divisibility by 5. A number is divisible by 5 if its ones place is either 0 or 5. Ones place should be 0 or 5. And the next one is divisibility by 4. The rule for divisibility by 4 is a number is divisible by 4 if the last two digits of the given number is divisible by 4. And note it carefully, the last two digits of a number are 0, then also it is divisible by 4. Let's check 92 is divisible by 4 or not. 4 2s are 8, remainder 1. 4 3s are 12. So 92 is completely divided by 4. So 492 is divisible by 4. Then let's check for 2900. As you already know that if the last two digits of a numbers are zeros, then also it is divisible by 4. So 2900 is divisible by 4. Then the example for divisibility by 5. The rule of divisibility by 5 is a number is divisible by 5 if its ones place is either 0 or 5. Here the ones place is 0. So definitely 280 is divisible by 5. Let's see one more example. 5225. You have to check whether it is divisible by 5 or not. By using the rule of divisibility by 5, ones place is either 0 or 5. Here ones place is 5. So 5225 is divisible by 5. Next one is divisibility by 6. A number is divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. Divisibility by 7. Though a rule for divisibility of a number by 7 exists, it is a bit tricky and dividing directly by 7 will be easier. And the next one is divisibility by 6. Let's see the rule of divisibility by 6. A number is divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. Let's see the rule of divisibility by 2. If 138 is divisible by 2, definitely the ones places ends with even number. 8 is a even number. So it is divisible by 2. Now let's check for 3. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. For that you have to find the sum of the digits. 1 plus 3 plus 8. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 8 is 12. And then you have to find the sum of the digits for 12. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. 3 is divisible by 3. 3 table. So, the number 138 is divisible by both 2 and 3 table. So, the number 138 is divisible by 6. And the next one is divisibility by 7. A rule for divisibility of a number 7 is exist, but it is so tricky to follow. So, better dividing the number directly by 7 will be easier when compared to the rule of divisibility by 7. Next one is divisibility by 8. A number is divisible by 8 if the last 3 digits of the given number is divisible by 8. Note that if the last 3 digits of the number are zeros, then also it is divisible by 8. Then divisibility by 9. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 9. And note it carefully, the numbers divisible by 9 are divisible by 3 also. Then divisibility by 8. The rule for divisibility by 8 is a number is divisible by 8 if the last 3 digits of a given number is divisible by 8. And note it carefully, if the last 3 digits of a numbers are zeros, then also it is divisible by 8. Let's check. 992 is divisible by 8 or not. 8 ones are 8, remainder 1. Then 8 twos are 16, remainder 3. Then 8 fours are 32. Your remainder is 0. So 992 is completely divided by 8. So 2992 is also divisible by 8. Then find for 3000. If the last 3 digits of a given numbers are zeros, then also it is divisible by 8. So 3000 is divisible by 8. Divisibility by 9. The rule for divisibility by 9 is a number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 9. Note that the numbers divisible by 9 are also divisible by 3. First, let's find the sum of the digits. 9 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 is equal to 27. Here, 27 is divisible by 9. 9 threes are 27. So, 9567 is also divisible by 9. Divisibility by 10. A number is divisible by 10 if its ones place is only 0. Numbers divisible by 10 are also divisible by 5. Divisibility by 11. A number is divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of alternative digits of the number is either 0 or divisible by 11. Then divisibility by 10. The rule for divisibility by 10 is a number is divisible by 10 if its ones place is only 0. Here the ones place is 0. And also observe that the numbers divisible by 10 are also divisible by 5. Here 2020 is also divisible by 5. Here the ones place is ends with 0. So 2020 is divisible by 10. Divisibility by 11. The rule for divisibility by 11 is a number is divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of alternative digits of a number is either 0 or divisible by 11. The alternative digits are 2, then leave 5, 6, then leave 7, then 9, leave 5. First let's find the sum of alternative digits. 2 plus 6 plus 9. Difference means what you have to find? Subtraction, minus. Then 5 plus 7 plus 5. 2 plus 6 plus 9 is 17. 5 plus 7 plus 5 is 17. 17 minus 17 is 0. So 2,56,795 is divisible by 11. Prime factorization. What is meant by prime factorization? Prime factorization is to expressing a given number as a product of factors that are all prime numbers is called the prime factorization. There are two methods to find prime factorization of a given number. One is prime factorization by repeating division method and another one is prime factorization by building a factor tree method. Let us learn one by one. First one, find the prime factorization of 180. Students, you have to find the prime factorization by division method. First, you have to express 180 as a product of prime factors. It is clear now, students? First, you have to express 180 as a product of prime factors. We have to begin with the smallest prime number that divides 180. 180 is an even number. So, definitely it is divisible by 2. 180 divided by 2 is 90. You have to write 2 in the left hand side of 180. We get the answer as 90, which we have to write below the dividend 180. Now, we have to divide 90 with the smallest prime number. See, 90 ends with 0. 0 is also a even number. So, 90 is divisible by 2. You have to write 2 in the left hand side of 90. 90 divided by 2 is 45. Now we have to divide 45 by the smallest prime number. As you already know that prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7 and it will goes on. The next smallest prime number is 3. 45 is completely divided by 3. See, the rule of divisibility by 3 is the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then the number is also divisible by 3. See, 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 is divisible by 3. So, 45 is also divisible by 3. 3 15s are 45. You have to divide 15 by smallest prime number. 15 is also divisible by 3. 3 5s are 15. 5 is a prime number. So, it is only divisible by 5 table. 5 1s are 5. Now, we have to write prime factorization of 180 as a product of all the prime numbers that we have on the left side. The prime factorization of 180 is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. So we have to follow these steps to find prime factorization by repeated division method. First, you have to find the number by the smallest prime factor. You have to divide the number 180 by smallest prime factor. Continue the process until you will get the number 1. Then you have to arrange the prime factors in ascending order. 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 like this. Factor tree method. In this method, we break up the number into its factor. Continue the process till we get all the factors as prime numbers. Let us take the number 180 again. 180. 180 can be broken up into many pairs of factors. Let us start with 18 into 10 is 180. Students, for your better understanding, put square boxes for composite numbers. If you get the answer as prime number, then put circle. See, 18 is a composite number, 10 is a composite number. So, put square boxes here. Then, 18 is broken into 2 factors, that is 3, 6 are 18. Here 3 is a prime number, 6 is a composite number. For prime number you have to put circle. Composite number you have to put square box. Then for 10, 2 into 5. Here 2 is a prime number and 5 is also a prime number. So put circle here. Here all the numbers 3, 2, 5 are prime numbers, but we have only one composite number. Both the number 2 and 3 are prime numbers. So 2 into 3 is 6. 2 and 3 are prime numbers. Look at all the factors we have got here, prime numbers. Thus, prime factorization of 180 is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. You have to arrange the prime factors in ascending order. 2 into 2, 3 into 3 into 5. You have to mark the prime numbers as circle. That's why I told you to mark prime numbers as circle. If you write the composite numbers here means your answer will be wrong. So, mark the composite numbers as square boxes and mark the prime numbers as circle. Students, it's clear now. In this method, we have to follow these steps. Write the given number as a pair of its factor 180 as 18 into 10. Continue this process till we get all the factors are prime numbers. Last, you have to write the number as a product of its prime factors arranged in ascending order. Exercise 1.1. Third sum. Write the smallest and the biggest two-digit prime number. Students, you have to find the smallest and biggest two-digit prime number. As you already know that, what is meant by prime number? A number greater than 1 having only two factors, namely 1 and the number itself. 1 and the number itself is called a prime number. You have to find the smallest and biggest two-digit prime number. Smallest number, then biggest number. Students, as you already know that the smallest two-digit number is 10. and the biggest two-digit number is 99. You have to find the smallest two-digit prime number. Prime number means having only two factors, 1 and the number itself. But 10 and 99 is a composite number because 10 having more than two factors and for 99 also having more than two factors. So move on to the next number, 11. 11 is a prime number. It have only 1 and 11 as a factor, only two factors. So 11 is the smallest two-digit prime number. Then you have to find biggest two-digit prime number. 99 is a biggest number, two-digit biggest number. Then move on to 98. 98 is a composite number because it having more than two factors. Then 97. 97 is a prime number because it have only two factors, 1 and the number itself, 1 and 97. So the biggest two-digit prime number is 97. Students, it's clear now? For your better understanding only, I have wrote here smallest number and biggest number. But you have to find only smallest two-digit prime number, biggest two-digit prime number. See, the smallest two-digit number is 10. You have to find only prime number. Here 10 is a composite number. So the next number is 11. 11 is a prime number. So the smallest two-digit prime number is 11. Biggest two-digit number is 99. You have to find only prime number. 99 is a composite number. So the before number is 98. 98 is also a composite number. Then the before number is 97. 97 is a prime number. So biggest two-digit prime number is 97. Then the fourth question is, write the smallest and the biggest three-digit composite number. Students, as you already know that what is meant by composite number? Yes, a number having more than two factors is called a composite number. Three-digit smallest number. Three-digit smallest number means what? Yes, 100 is a three-digit smallest number and 100 is also a composite number because it having more than two factors. Then three-digit biggest number. Yes, 999. 999 is also a composite number because 999 having more than two factors. So the three-digit smallest number is 100. Three-digit biggest number is 999. Seventh one. Your friend says that every odd number is prime. Give an example to prove him or her wrong. First, let's write the odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 and it goes on. You have to prove to your friend that every odd number is not prime. See, here 1 is a odd number and it is also a prime number. 3 is a odd number and it is also a prime number because 1 and 3 having only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. 5 is a odd number and it is also a prime number because 5 having only two factors, 1 and 5. 7 is a prime number and also a odd number. 9 is a odd number but not a prime number because 9 having more than two factors. 9 having more than two factors. That is 1, 3, 9. More than two factors. So 9 is a odd number but not prime. 9 is odd number but not prime. Eighth sum. Each of the composite numbers has at least 3 factors. Justify the statement with an example. Students, as you already know that what is meant by composite number? Yes, a natural number having more than 2 factors is called composite number. You have to justify this statement with an example. For example, 15. 15 having more than 2 factors. Let's write the factor of 15. 1, 3, 5. 15 having more than 2 factors. Then one more example, 70. 70 having more than 2 factors. 1, 2, 5, 7. Hence we justified that each of the composite number has at least 3 factors. Let's see today's activity. First one, find the dates of any month in a calendar which are divisible by both 2 and 3. Second one, I am a 2-digit prime number and the sum of my digits is 10. I am also one of the factors of 57. Who am I?